I've made videos talking about TikTok, YouTube, Snapchat, and now it's your turn, Instagram. That's right. You're not safe either. I've actually been holding off on making this video for a while, and I don't really know why. I think part of me was hoping that Instagram would take a turn for the better eventually, and then another part of me was thinking it was almost too late to make a video like this, because at this point it's obvious to everybody that Instagram sucks now. You don't need me to tell you that, obviously. So I didn't think there would be really an appeal to watch a video like this one, so if you're watching it, hey, appreciate you. My name is Maddie the Maddie, your new favorite YouTuber. Before we talk about why Instagram is so terrible, let's reminisce on the good old days, shall we? Instagram first launched on October 6, 2010, with its primary focus being for users to share cute little photos in chronological order. Heavy on the chronological order. This was at a time where only other options for social media platforms were Facebook, a sad excuse of a social media website that could never replace MySpace. Never. And Twitter, where the main focus was sharing your thoughts through text only. There were photo and video features, but the primary focus was text. I was about 15 or 16 when I first started using Instagram. I just remember thinking the concept was a little weird, but everyone was making one, and since I had no sense of individuality as a teenager, I decided to make one too. And let me tell you, my mental health started to decline almost immediately. I won't say Instagram is the reason I developed an eating disorder, but I will say I did develop one within months of using the app, so. I also remember feeling extremely insecure for never getting enough likes. Whatever enough is, I don't know. I digress. If you take away the negative mental health aspect, it was a cool app at the start. You know, it was little photos showing snippets of your life, and you got to follow your friends and see snippets of their life, and it was just cool. Now, fast forward a few years, by 2013, the original video sharing app Vine launched. And shortly after that, like a couple months or something, Instagram rolled out videos where you could post 15-second videos on your Instagram. So it wasn't just photos only anymore. They were shaking in their boots. They said, "Video? Well, we need to do that too." And they did. And then in 2015, they came out with a new boomerang feature where you can post a short video and have it loop back and forth. You thought that was a boomerang. It was just me. I tricked you. Anyway. Now, both of those features were used here and there, but I still remember photos being the main primary focus of the app, as it should be. I'm getting ahead of myself, sorry. Then, March of 2016 came around, and that is where Instagram drove everybody crazy. They took away chronological order and started implementing an algorithm. So instead of seeing things being uploaded in real time, it was just, you know, whatever Instagram felt like showing you. And that frustrated a lot of people, including myself. Like, you know that episode on SpongeBob where all the little SpongeBobs in his head are running around freaking out? That's kind of how it felt like when Instagram started doing that. Everyone was just like, what are you doing? And then later that year, they changed their logo, and that's how I really knew they were switching up. It was never going to be the good old Instagram we knew from the beginning. And then they started implementing stories, which they stole from Snapchat. And now that I'm saying all of this out loud, I'm realizing Instagram really is the Drake of social media apps. It started out as one thing, and it was cool, and everyone liked it. But then it started code switching and taking a bunch of other ideas from different apps to try to make itself even more popular, which worked for a while. And now Instagram is starting to fall off slowly, and I am sitting back and watching the show with my popcorn. And that's probably why Drake likes Instagram so much, because they have so much in common. Anyway, from there it slowly started turning into the money-hungry advertising capitalism machine that it is today. So let's start with my personal beef with Instagram. Now, this is gonna sound extremely superficial, but stick with me, okay? Stick with me for a moment. I started to notice a huge decline in my engagement at the end of 2021 going into 2022. Like, I'm talking a huge gap. Like, I went from getting an average of... And none of this is to say that numbers are important at all. I'm just kind of showing my personal example. I was on a subreddit about Instagram, and I realized I was not the only person this was happening to. This was happening to a lot of other people as well. I don't really know why still. I don't understand why. And it's no secret that once you start caring about numbers, it's hard to stop. And as I mentioned, I started caring about the likes almost immediately. So that's like 10 plus years of caring about numbers and learning to stop caring. This is such a topic. I hate talking about this because it sounds really shallow. I understand. And honestly, the likes and the once videos came out. The likes and the views are what made it so addicting. It wasn't just about sharing my story anymore. It was more about how many likes can I get on this fucking photo? How many likes can I get on this Instagram photo? Like, shut the fuck up. I wanted to like be an Instagram model, and I wanted to make it on Instagram and just be famous and just take cute pictures and live my life, and so did everybody else. I became somebody that I did not want to be at one point. And I'm so happy to be detached from that old version of myself. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Healing, everybody. So with all that being said, you know, with the numbers declining and it seeming like no one's seeing my stuff anymore, it just makes it less fun to use overall. Also, a lot of my friends deleted Instagram just because, you know, why not? Now, part 2 of my beef with Instagram, Reels. In August 2020, when TikTok was really starting to pop off, Instagram introduced another new feature being Reels, which is basically a low-budget TikTok. I hate Reels, okay? I hate them. I tried and I tried with Instagram Reels. I really did. Like, Reels is just a really bad impression of TikTok, except the content on Reels has to be polished and pristine and aesthetic, whereas TikTok appreciates dirt and grime and authenticity and vulnerability and real people. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a whole aesthetic TikTok that I haven't tapped into, but for the most part, like, you could make a TikTok, you don't need makeup, you don't need to get dressed up, you don't even need a cute background. Like, you just need to turn on the camera, say whatever you need to say, and it may or may not go viral. Who knows, you know? But you have a better chance of getting heard on TikTok than you do on Reels. And don't just take my word for it, because now we're going to dive into the dumpster fire that is Instagram Reels. So similar to my TikTok video, if you watched that, shout out to you. But we're gonna take a look at some Reels from my personal Instagram account and then compare it to an Instagram account that I don't really use. So the algorithm is a little bit more unpredictable versus my usual Instagram account where I post on, and I think it's more tailored to like fashion and aesthetic, because every time I've looked at Reels on there, it's that. But let's see for ourselves. This is my Instagram account if you want to go ahead and follow me. Anyway, that's it. You know, simple, aesthetic, it's a cool transition. That's the thing about Reels, is Reels prioritizes music and transitions and like CapCut stuff. Whereas TikTok, you just have to just hop on, who cares? And I think that's why I like TikTok better. But you know, there's nothing wrong with this. I like this actually. I'll go ahead and like it. So a lot of outfit inspo, as you can see. You know, I like this stuff, but it's not something that I want to look at for hours at a time, because then I'll start to feel like a greasy, gross piece of garbage. An ad. Cool. Again, a lot of outfit inspo, ad. Outfit inspo, outfit inspo, outfit inspo. Gym. So a lot of this stuff on my personal Instagram is going to look like this. I don't know why. So let's switch over. We'll go to my Yo It's Maddie tube. Or I was originally going to post clips of my YouTube videos, but got tired of it really quickly. What is this? I was tired of having a dead Instagram account, so I niched down, became relatable in my niche, used enticing captions for engagement, and used story engaging hacks. Used killer hooks, stopped only posting Reels. Okay. I don't know what to do with that information, but congratulations. Me at 24 working 70 hours a week at 2 horrible jobs, stressed and depressed. Me at 25 working when I feel like it and exploring the most beautiful places in the country. You know what? Good for her. My plan was to get married, enjoy my wife's delicious cooking, and relax. Turns out my idea had the same wife. Turns out my wife had the same idea. And that's it. If I owned a coffee shop, I'd have a special iced coffee only line like TSA pre-check, and then a line for all other orders. Thoughts? I can't even drink caffeine anymore, so can't really contribute. POV, you're meeting up with your boyfriend to go shopping and you are in work clothes. But apparently so is he. What? Why does it matter if you're in work clothes and he isn't, or vice versa? I'm failing to see the point. I feel like this video is boring and it sucks ass. POV, you are living proof that the phenomenon of dry drunk exists. Explanation and caption. I don't know why I read that so weird. Okay, I'm gonna guess what it is before I read the caption. Dry drunk? Maybe like smoking weed. That's dry, right? Dry drunk refers to the idea that you can feel tipsy whilst around others who are drinking even when you aren't. Sobriety, sober, healthy, lifestyle, social, party, in parentheses. I'm 32 years old and have been traveling full-time for the past 5 years. I have a master's degree in business and accounting. I left my 9 to 5 and went back to serving tables in order to figure out what I was actually passionate about. I tried new things and found passion in photography. Now I have a business and something I love and the freedom to travel. Don't be afraid to take a step back in order to move forward. I see a lot of stuff like this. A lot of like videos with a long caption over it trying to be inspiring, but it's just kind of like, I quit my job and now I can just travel. Looking at it from surface level, cool. You know, I'm happy for you. I'm glad you got to do that. Not everyone has that option. Just gonna throw that out there. And so reading stuff like this, it's like, yeah, that could be inspiring to somebody and maybe it inspired somebody. There's a lot of struggle going on right now, especially with the way the economy is, the fucking government. I honestly can't think or talk about it too long without getting depressed. So sorry if maybe I'm just being grumpy and maybe I'm just being like, these kids these days, they need to get off my lawn and whatever. And maybe that is the case, and maybe just don't listen to me, maybe don't watch this video. But I don't know, it's boring. Real talk, who decided swear words were swear words? Like, who got offended when someone called them an ass? I've thought about this since I was a child. Like, since I was like 7 years old, from when I heard my first cuss word and tried to say it and then got in trouble because it was a cuss word. I'm like, why are y'all gatekeeping words? Like, why can't I say this word because I'm 7? I can't say shit. If I got in trouble and I'd be like crying in my room, I would go under the covers and I would whisper, fuck, sticking up my middle finger because I thought I couldn't. I personally think it's really cool that we're now in an era where you don't have to be fill in the blank on your bio. Show off your rock collection, give me your fit checks, drop mad poetry that you wrote while crying last night. I want it all. What? I don't know what this even means, man. I don't know what the fuck these people are talking about anymore. The algorithm doesn't care what time you post. This is what it prioritizes. See caption. Nope. When you forget how to say something in English, but you also forget how to say it in your first language, so now you are bilingual. See what she did there? See what she did there? Anyway, continuing. Why are these all so fucking, like, deep? I don't know. I feel like I just tailored this algorithm to be long-ass quotes. Somebody told me this. People with anxiety are like firefighters. They're incredibly cool-headed and capable during emergencies, rushing in to help others without hesitation. But when there's no fire to fight and they're left feeling restless and on edge, waiting for the next call to action. That opened my eyes about my own anxiety. Again, I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what this means. All I know is anxiety is not fun. And being a firefighter also doesn't sound fun. So maybe they are similar, I don't know. After realizing you're not healing to be able to handle the trauma, you're healing to be able to handle the joy. Yeah, that hit me. POV, you move from this to this. Wow, there's more trees and less buildings and stuff. Pouring wine in my wife's Stanley Cup prank. So relatable. Don't talk to me before I've had my wine. No way bro was 23 and living at home. I was 23 and living at home. What's wrong with that? Huh? What's wrong with saving money? Huh? And we have 15 more minutes, and then we're up. Me patiently waiting for my bestie to tell me she's a secret billionaire and was just testing my loyalty this whole time. That's fucking weird. And it's an ad. After living in LA for 4 years, I am moving away. Here's my hot take. Not reading it. When you've been protecting your peace so much, you're only going out with your sister and you see nothing wrong with it. These are so niche. Like, what the fuck? There's something wrong with that? Or what do you say? Is that like something weird? I don't have any siblings, so I can't relate to any of these for the most part, but I can't relate to this one. I don't get it. I don't get it. Things I'm embarrassed to admit as an adult. I don't think I'm that good at anything. It's not embarrassing, because also same. I use social drinking to escape my feelings. I'm still mad about things from years ago. I don't see my family enough. She's really just opening up right now. She really trusts us. I hate my origins. I barely mention where I'm from. I think things would have been different if I immigrated when I was young. Girl, you need to go to therapy. Instagram Reels is not gonna help you. I'm gonna be real. I go outside a lot just to deal with my anxiety and depression. Girl, I make serious things a joke as a coping mechanism. This is concerning. The more this goes, the first one I was like, haha, same. But now I'm like, girl, you need to talk to somebody about all of this, because posting about it for relatability bait, I guess is what I'll call it, relatability bait. It's like, yeah, people are gonna be like, me too. But all y'all need therapy. Go get some help, work on this stuff. It doesn't have to be this way, you know? And then it's just like, I'm just a girl, hee hee. I'm also just a girl, see? But I also like am self-aware and know when I need to talk to somebody about stuff. You know, it's a journey. I want to read some of the comments on this. I'm just a girl too. That's kind of sad. I mean, I get the not feeling alone part. I think it is good to spread awareness of stuff like this, but it's like also work on it, you know? I don't know, maybe I'm being too critical. I've never done this in my life. It was awesome. Oh, he just ran up and down his driveway. Oh, that would drive me nuts. I think I'd go crazy. Just running up and it's like the pacer test, but voluntary. And it's raining. I can't believe as kids we thought going to McDonald's was a big deal. Nowadays, these kids be asking for sushi, hibachi, calamari, and steak dinners. Do they? I'm literally never around kids. I don't know anything about kids these days. Quick little airdrop break. Why you trolling like a bitch? Ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor. Trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor. Trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor. Trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor. Do you realize that we are the last generation on earth that knows what life was like before social media? Damn, that's so crazy. Scrolls. Things I'm embarrassed to admit as an adult. I don't think I'm that good at anything. Oh my god. I'm still mad at things about from years ago. I took 6 years to graduate college. I don't see my family enough. I love being Japanese, but my language skills have gotten worse. This is pretty similar. I go outside a lot to deal with my anxiety. I go outside a lot to deal with... Oh, it's the same. IDK how much I've changed over the years. I make serious things a joke too much. I don't know who copied who, but this must be a trend. That's another thing on Instagram. Everyone just does the same thing and it's just different videos in the background. I just spent an hour doing this. You get to see like a little snippet. I'm sitting here for an hour scrolling through this bullshit. An hour plus, actually. It's been over an hour. To conclude, still not a fan of Instagram. I will keep using it until something else comes around because, hey, I need somewhere to post my cute little photos. I could post them on TikTok, but that's not where photos go. Photos go on Instagram. I wouldn't be mad if we banned Instagram instead of TikTok. And we could ban Snapchat while we're at it too. If we want to ban apps all of a sudden. If you watch this whole thing, I really appreciate you. And also, I'm sorry. Yes, as mentioned, my name is Maddie, Maddie the Baddie, your new favorite YouTuber. And hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor.